4, 3, 2, 1. Engines full power. Liftoff. Starlink 4-8.
Each time just amazing to watch this, right? Another successful launch for Hawthorne-based SpaceX from Cape Canaveral in Florida today. More than 4 dozen of these satellites were sent into space. The company hopes to bring strong internet access to remote areas of the Pacific.
UCLA is launching the latest thing in space travel, surgeons who make house calls to outer space. The program is the first of its kind in the nation, and a local doctor is the first one to be part of UCLA's Space Medicine Fellowship.
And here he is. Joining us now is Dr. Haig Aintablian. Welcome, doctor, so much.
Thank you so much.
And a big congrats.
Yeah.
So how does it feel to be the first fellow to be part of this space program?
It feels awesome. It's so cool to be able to take two of my biggest passions, space and medicine, and kind of merge them into one. I never really expected this to happen or something like this to exist. But it just goes to show like some of the ingenuity that's going on at UCLA. So I'm super, super excited.
Of course, UCLA always on the forefront of so many things. Doctor, can you talk about the training you'll be getting? It's pretty intense, right, with NASA and SpaceX?
Yeah, we'll be doing rotations with multiple partnering space agencies, including SpaceX, NASA, Caltech, JPL. The curriculum is really dense. There's a lot of things we need to learn as physicians to be able to interface with a lot of the engineers and the astronauts. So we'll be taking engineering courses customized for us. We'll be doing austere medical training out in places like the Arctic. We'll be doing analog missions in areas that look like Mars that are on Earth. And on top of that, we'll still be working at UCLA as emergency medicine physicians just to keep our skills up.
Oh, wow. Okay, you're going to be worn out. Going from harsh environments back to like a very busy schedule. Incredible. So how did you get interested in space travel?
I've always found a fascination with space. I think the earliest memory that I can remember is when my dad got me a telescope when I was 7 years old. And we had so much difficulty trying to find anything worth looking at. But then one day we just got a glimpse of Saturn's rings, and that just did it for me. After that, it was just all I wanted to do was things related to space. So I got into things like astrophotography, took photos of the Milky Way galaxy in med school, and then did a rotation with NASA during med school as well. And then now, you know, this whole thing has come to fruition, so it's the next big step.
It seems like you're following your path, doctor. We want to talk about the health risks for people in space. What kind of impact does space travel have on the human body?
It's incredible just how many things can change in the human body when you go to space. You know, we know from twin studies already that your DNA changes. We know that the way your heart pumps is very different in space because there's no gravity. It doesn't have to work as hard. We know that bones and muscle mass kind of tend to decrease because, again, you don't have to stand upright against a constant gravity. And then also there's things like radiation exposure, you know, being far away from Earth's magnetosphere as you're traveling far away, you're bombarded with a ton of radiation that, you know, none of us are really designed for. But so it's a really fascinating and interesting field with a lot of new research that's going to be in it to kind of determine, you know, what do we do to make sure that we can one day become a multi-planetary species where people could survive on a place like Mars.
Wow.
I mean, talk about a whole new frontier. I mean, this is just crazy, mind-boggling to think about, yeah, and living up there. So, doctor, what kind of missions might you be sent on in the future?
I think the goal of this fellowship is to train us to become full-fledged, you know, flight surgeons where we're up with the crew. You know, God forbid someone has an appendicitis on Mars, you know, you can't just send them back to get it repaired at a hospital. You know, we would have to learn how to do those things. So, you know, right now it'll be kind of supporting the missions that are ongoing right now with the future goals of integrating ourselves into the big trips like the moon trip, the Mars trip, and the trips that follow. And especially as space tourism is growing every day, we're starting to see people that aren't superhuman kind of go up. You know, you're starting to see elderly people with comorbidities, billionaires with a few health problems, you know, so you're going to need a physician to go up with them.
And so, doctor, when might be your first mission? Have you looked into the future and figured out when that might be?
It's difficult to tell. The space industry is, you know, constantly changing. So, you know, we'll see there's 2 years until we kind of figure out, but I'm not entirely sure just yet.
Well, we'll have you back hopefully in 2 years, doctor, and you can tell us all about it as you prep for your first trip to space. It's so incredible that we're even talking about this, right?
Isn't it? It's like it's the future, but it's right here. It's right now.
Yep.
And we're talking to the actual, maybe the first space surgeon doctor. So congrats to you.
You're at the forefront, Doctor. Yeah, thanks so much for being with us today.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys. You guys have a good one.
Thanks again.
That's awesome. Yeah, we got to get him back on.
We have his phone number. We're definitely going to reach out to him in about 2 years, right?
Wow.
All right.